just so I can understand.
Please, yeah.
See, now you're answering my question.
No, I answered it about 10 minutes ago. For the verification, can we rewind and rewind?
Yeah, please do rewind, because the question that was asked was, why does he believe what the Gospels say? And he's continuously gone on about how the church used the Gospels. Yeah?
The sayings.
Right. So let's pick on the Gospel of Matthew. Why do you believe it's true?
As I said, they had the holy tradition. They took not traditions where there's enough time for them to be infected and corrupted. At the time, there was eyewitnesses around, people around, families around, just like in Isnad, when you have Isnad, and when they know the sayings of Jesus, and then like Matthew, collect the sayings, they'd be verified by the people, and then they put them together.
All right. So just so I understand this claim, you're saying Matthew wrote a gospel about what occurred, right? And then what happened, the Eastern Orthodox Church received this gospel. And then what they did, they got eyewitnesses to verify everything Matthew wrote to confirm it was true.
At the time, there were the people there were the early...
No, is that your claim?
No,
the early church was in existence before Matthew.
Yeah, it was simultaneous. Matthew was after, it was about 50 years.
No. Who wrote the Gospel of Matthew?
Matthew.
And who verified it?
Sacred tradition in the church.
Yes.
And how did they do that verification?
Holy tradition.
Because it came from within them. They were the ones who scribed.
Did they make any errors?
Transferred it.
Now, when you say errors, this is very important, because you guys, you always come and you speak to Christians. Oh, what version of the Bible you got? Oh, NIV.
Who's this?
Which is the
what channel are you, my man?
Is that the correct version, NIV, or the Common Bible? Which one? But we're going through. Look at the original Greek. The early church fathers.
What's your name, my friend?
Koine Greek.
What's your name? George?
We spoke before.
Do me a favour. Put that red herring back in your pocket.
Why?
Because I didn't mention nothing like this. Oh, sorry. You're a straw man. I didn't mention New Testament, King James, NIV, and nothing. It's got nothing to do with what we're talking about.
I'm mentioning it.
Yeah, but it's got nothing to do with what we're talking about.
I'm telling you because I know where you're going. The original manuscripts of the New Testament was in Greek. All right? So the Eastern Orthodox Church have the original Greek manuscripts.
So? What's that prove? What does that prove? What if the original's a lie in Greek and you copied a lie?
You said to me, your question was there any mistakes?
No, I said, what if there was a mistake?
There is mistakes.
There is mistakes.
But not doctrinal mistakes. These are scribal errors. Say you've got 4,000 horses on another manuscript that came later on, they've copied and copied and copied, because you have thousands and thousands of manuscripts distributed all around the Middle East or around the world, the existing world, the known world at the time. You'll have, at the end of page, 400. He's missed the zeros, for example. It'd be scribal errors, but not doctrinal errors.
Okay, doctrines. Okay, the New Testament.
We know there ain't no mistakes. We know there's no mistakes because.
Even that's a red herring.
Because we know that oral tradition was passed down to the people.
First thing, the teachings of Christianity do not come out of the Gospels. Yeah, they come out later.
No.
Yeah, they do.
Teaching of Christianity came before the Gospel.
I'm not going to do.
No, the teachings of. No.
Sorry, when did God become a Trinity? When did God become a Trinity? When did the teachings of Trinity come?
Wait a minute. Slowly. The
I don't want to deflect to that.
No, because you don't want to go there.
No, because I don't need to right now.
The teachings
I don't need to right now. I don't need to right now. I don't need to right now. I don't need to. George. Yorgos.
You go down the road, and when he doesn't like it, he reverses.
Yorgos. No. What it is, I realise.
Why do you reverse back?
Shall I explain? Yeah. I'll explain. Because we was on a journey, and there was a side stop, and when we stopped there, you wanted to go onto the mountains, right? Well, I want to continue on this journey.
No.
So, yes. No. Because my question is a very simple question. Why do you, if the Gospel of Matthew contains historical error, is it still reliable?
That doesn't have. What do you mean by historical error?
Okay, it writes.
I told you.
It writes history that didn't. Okay.
It doesn't have historical error.
If it writes history that didn't happen.
And even architectural stuff.
If it writes history that didn't happen.
Yeah.
Then what?
For instance.
There is no. If the Bible, anywhere in the Bible, writes history that did not happen, and you can prove that did not happen, then I will not be a Christian today.
Really? Alright, talk to me about King Herod and the census.
I don't know about King Herod and the census.
Killing the babies and stuff.
Yeah, what about that?
Do you know about it?
Yeah, what about it? Yeah.
Do you believe that happened?
Well, 1 minute. Before you go on to that, you said now, we're going on the road. How do I know the Bible's correct? How do I know if there's any errors?
I didn't say that.
Blah, blah.
No.
Then you say, well, I'm going off on a side road. What is this? This is a side road.
Yorgos, listen.
No.
My first question was what?
You got to let me to ask you questions.
No, but no disrespect, but what you've just said was that's a nonsense, because I'll explain it to you.
What is a nonsense?
What you just said.
What?
Going off onto a side
There's
road.
no, all right.
Because what we're doing is this, right? First of all, we're digging into the New Testament, and then I alienated the Gospel of Matthew, and now we're drilling into Matthew. How is that a side road? We're going down.
All right, because you're going now, right, what you're doing, you want to start picking off on other things like Herod and other historical
No, I'll tell you what I'm going to do.
and all this.
I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. So, you know it's not a surprise when it happens. All right? Yeah? I'm going to show you that your assumption that the authors of the Gospels were disciples, that Matthew was apparently a disciple of Jesus,
Yeah.
that the idea that they witnessed everything they wrote, yeah, and the idea that they were inspired by God have no foundation. I'm going to show you they're false assumptions.
You're entitled to your opinion, of course.
No, I'm going to show you.
Go on then.
Right. So how do I do that? I have to look at the claims made, isn't it? So let's start with the first
But
claim.
let me ask you something
Go on.
before you carry on.
Go on.
Thank you. So we can talk for about, give it a few minutes, but then you've got to allow me to ask you questions as well, yeah?
About what?
Two-way street. Anything
About the
you want.
historicity, evidences and things like this, which I have a problem with the Quran, the Muslim faith.
No, that's a completely different topic.
He's asking
I mean, that's not just a side road, that's
We never
another journey.
We never agreed we were going to talk about any kind of. We're just having a free,
No.
a free talking discussion.
No. What happened?
We never had an agenda.
No.
or criteria.
Don't you remember the trajectory? I'll tell you the trajectory. Right. Your initial claim was you love God, and to ignore God, you shouldn't ignore God. And because you believe Muhammad is a false prophet, that means you're not ignoring God because you don't believe it's a message from God. So I allowed that. So we part that up. Now you still claim you love God, and you love God by following His message. The next question was, how do you know what His message is? We came to the New Testament. From the New Testament, came to the Gospel of Matthew, and now we're testing the veracity of these Gospels.
Yeah. And this is why
That's the topic.
I want to ask one question when you're ready.
You can ask one question after.
about
No
this,
problem.
about something like that. I really appreciate if you let me. But you
Okay.
finish and what you want to say.
Okay. So the idea is that
Now, Herod, and you're just trying to prove to, sorry, I'm interrupting you, but you want to prove to me there is a historical problem because Herod, and then you're just going to go on to
no. Here's my claim: the author of Matthew fabricated history. Yeah? The author of Matthew.
Yeah.
Two things here. This is going to demonstrate a few
Matthew,
things.
yeah.
The author of Matthew definitely was not a disciple of Jesus. That's the first thing I'm going to demonstrate. The second thing I'm going to demonstrate, he falsifies history. And the third thing I'm going to demonstrate, it can't be the word of God. And then if it's not the word of God, and it's not eyewitness testimony, and it's not a disciple of Jesus, why do you care what Matthew says? That's the question, all right?
Okay.
Because you believe that it's the word of God and that he was writing eyewitness testimony and all these things, and I don't know where you get this notion from. I'm going to verify this.
did tell you
No. You told me. This is what you said to me, and it's on camera. You said the Eastern Orthodox Church took the Gospel of Matthew, spoke to eyewitnesses to verify it.
No.
That's what you said.
No, I never said that.
Yes, you did.
No, I never. And you're
Yes,
not
you did.
listening.
All right. So
want
why?
me to clarify?
All right. So why did the Eastern Orthodox Church accept the Gospel of Matthew as authentic then?
Because the Eastern Orthodox Church, the original Christians, after the resurrection, they went in the houses, they were speaking and they were talking, and there was oral tradition. They could see what happened and they spoke. From there, Matthew put his gospel, inspired through God, and wrote down Matthew's gospel.
Do you accept?
Within the Apostolic Church, the Holy Catholic
all right,
Church, not Roman Catholic Church, Holy Catholic and Apostolic.
All right. Do you accept
Why,
one
do you
thing?
understand that point?
I don't.
What don't you understand about that?
So now I understand what you're saying. You're saying Matthew was part of the Eastern Orthodox Church, yeah?
Apostolic Church.
Yes, the Apostolic
One
Church.
church.
Yeah. Is this a church in Jerusalem?
Yes.
One church.
So Matthew was part of this church.
Yeah.
Right. So that needs verifying first of all, and the second thing is,
We don't need verifying because it's
you made a
passed
claim.
down. Yeah, because it's passed down
One of the
through the
so
the
what?
bishops.
So what?
There is
I
a
like
line-
can be passed down.
There is, it's like just like you have Isnad, just like you got Isnad.
I like can be passed down.
1 minute, just like you got Isnad,
Yeah.
and things are passed down.
Yeah.
How you interpret
Lies can
correctly
be passed
the
down.
Quran, how you interpret Quran.
Do we have-
passed
do we
down
have fabrica-
every
okay,
year.
listen.
From yeah,
Do we have
see, I'm
fabricated
talking, but he
hadith?
keeps
No,
interrupting me.
because what I'm saying to you is this.
Please
We have, listen,
Why
we
do you keep
have,
interrupting me?
because I'm trying to explain something to you. We have fabricated hadith, which are
They
lies.
slippers.
Come on, man.
We have fabricated hadith, which are lies, which have been passed down. But they're lies.
Oh, they've been lying about the Quran, yeah?
No, we have, listen to what I'm saying to you. We have fabricated hadith, which are lies.
Yeah. So
right,
you
right,
have,
right, right, right.
So you
right,
have hadiths
right.
that lie
So-
about the Quran.
so-
Answer me, yes or no? Do you have
No.
hadiths?
No.
I don't understand.
Okay, I'll explain to you. You seem to think because somebody passes something down over time, it must be true.
No.
Yes, you
No.
just said. That was
It's
your
very
claim.
Like Isnad, they check the families, they know the eyewitnesses, they speak to the eyewitnesses.
Where'd you get this information from?
And everyone
Where'd you get this
speaks-
information
and
from?
everyone has the oral tradition.
Who told?
And
All
we
right, all right,
know
all right.
that it's passed down.
Who told you that happened?
Because it's passed down to the church, the Holy Catholic and Apostolic Church.
Who told you that they went into the houses, they spoke to witnesses and did all this stuff?
And it's scholar.
It's in the Bible, it's in the New Testament, and you've also...
It's in the where?
Sorry?
It's in the New Testament.
Yeah.
The upper room.
That's in the Gospels, isn't it?
Yeah.
But we're testing the veracity of the Gospels, though. You can't use them as your evidence, can you?
To make it
You've got
easy...
to validate them first.